see some of the coastal people do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then you
that'll
can
be
come back home and understand a lot of the doctors that work.
Maybe.
Okay, so how are you packing for that?
Well, that's
Same stuff.
the same
You
stuff.
just go
It'll
with
be
the same.
casual. It's not,
Okay.
again, it's a coach tour. It's not fancy.
Okay.
Mhm.
And buy a couple extra on the way.
Yeah.
Sure, you
Yeah,
can always buy
exactly.
t-shirts and
Come
shirts.
back with a shirt
You're not
from
gonna be,
Cape Town,
they're not gonna
race
be
course.
restricted, like they.
No,
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 no.
no,
But-
I mean, you can always throw in a flat pack duffel
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
just,
Mhm.
you know, pick up stuff as you go and whatever you need. Okay.
I'd like to take as little as possible on this trip, just a few t-shirts and like you say, a couple of pairs of pants.
Just
and-
stuff you can
Yeah,
resist,
'cause-
it's really.
Yeah, you are hopping around quite a bit.
Now, I'm gathering the shirt that you got
Yeah.
and the shirt that you got.
Oh, yes, we did. We wore our African.
Actually,
Oh,
mine's
no,
from
yours-
Sears. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Been at the Gap.
You have to tell us that. That's what yours is. Yes.
We'd all be looking for
Oh,
that
my
one.
goodness. And there he's, at the, at the very end, I just got some t-shirts. It's a good zebra though.
Yes, it's excellent. It's all
There's a little shop
sparkly.
in the
I like
airport.
them.
You can pick up your last shirt there. There's me.
All the duty free.
Probably in Hong Kong or something.
And what kind of things, like, you know, besides the goodies that you brought here, but what other things might be good for recommending to bring back?
There's lovely t-shirts like that one.
Well, it's just
Mhm.
everywhere had
Everywhere.
different t-shirts
Yeah.
and shirts, so that was fun. And, you know, I mean, the main thing is carvings everywhere.
Mhm.
The carvings in Tanzania seem to be, I mean, they were nice in Kenya, there's no doubt about it, but boy, there was some incredible carving in Tanzania. And then basket work, which we didn't see in Kenya. So that was interesting, but that, you know, it would be hard to bring home.
Mhm.
But yeah, they had all kinds of fabric, you know, like pillowcases or just
Fabric.
fabric
would be
with
nice,
beautiful prints on them, and, you know.
That's what I
Oh,
want.
yeah, and that Tibeti, they're really into that.
Oh,
There's
yes,
a lot
yeah.
of these hangings.
Mhm.
I'm a
Which you have to
quilter, so
iron when
that
you
would
get
be-
Oh,
home.
Gail,
That's
if you
the
have
back
someone
side.
to shop
I know,
with.
that's exactly what I was hoping to find.
Well, because in Tanzania, the driver took us to a huge material place. It was like,
Mhm.
yeah. So maybe
Bring
it'll
extra
cost
money.
something like that.
Yeah, bring an extra suitcase just for that.
It'll be an afternoon layover there.
I was gonna say, now, if you have extra to bring home, just give it to Gail. I'm sure she'll guard it with her life. Oh, Lord. So was this kind of stuff expensive? I'm trying to think of, you know, if you had $450 with you, and we've got two of us, we need.
Oh, they take credit cards every single place.
Oh,
you
okay.
go.
Oh, well, there you go.
And barter. They
And-
love to
oh,
barter.
okay,
Oh,
barter,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Because even in what, not trying, because I'm not much of a shopper, I wanted to kind of bring one thing home. I should show you what I brought, because mine was a bit of a possible problem, but in the end, it didn't turn out to be a problem. I didn't want the really highly polished ebony. I wanted something a little bit more rustic, so I bought this guy. But he's, yeah, he's kind of got a wax oil finish, which was okay in the end, but because he's rough and not finished, yeah, they were like, but he passed muster in the customs finally in Vancouver, but yeah, so that was my little.
What's the problem if it's not
It
finished?
can carry insects.
Oh, okay.
Raw woods.
Alrighty, I got it.
It's like
It's raw
plants.
The lady in customs in front of us, she had a giraffe about that big.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
beautiful. And the giraffe was finished, but it was on a, you know, just the, when you cut a
Base.
Just a piece
slice
of
of a
wood.
log, and that was open, so
Oh.
there was talk that that was gonna have to stay behind, which her giraffe would still be fine, and I think she was gonna be happy with
Yeah.
that. She wouldn't have to lose the
It
whole
comes apart
giraffe.
here.
It was lovely.
Do you have to buy it an extra seat?
One under each arm?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
No, they
Just like
packaged everything
fabric.
up really nicely for you.
Just goes up the sleeve in your trench coat.
That's right.
What one leg? I don't know.
Oh, dear. So safe, that's the biggie that we've heard, very safe, except
Oh,
maybe in
yes, yeah.
Nairobi might
The
be.
only one night we felt a bit unsafe, I think that was our first night in a tent. It was this god-awful racket in the middle of the night. And we just had no idea what it was, so Betty was saying, "Are you awake, Jean? Are you awake?" I mean, it was racket, how couldn't I be awake? And Betty said, "If everything goes wrong, let's head for the shower. It's the only place that's enclosed."
Oh, because again, there's these animals, obviously not
And we were
happy
right by a river.
beside our tent. And they were, and lots of them were really carrying on. We couldn't figure out what they were.
No.
We kind of thought maybe they were hyenas, because they were making such high-pitched, weird barking noises and carrying on. And they had explained to us before we went to bed that night, you know, that the tent camp has an electric fence around it, and there'll be Maasai warriors walking the perimeter and all this, and then they tell us, oh, by the way, there's no electricity.
And it is
So then I'm
black.
thinking, oh, okay.
An electric
The
fence
electric
with no
fence.
electricity.
And then just
But
wait till
the
the power
nights
goes
were
down and then they step through.
Yeah, so, but no, what had happened was that it turned out to be a troop of baboons, and they had swum across the river.
Oh,
So, and we
You
got,
can be nasty.
Oh, yeah.
there was a
yeah,
lot of them,
they
and
are
our
nasty.
tent was at the very, one from the end, and there was nobody in the end one.
Oh.
We were way out there.
We were out in the boonies.
But those guys, the Maasai men came and they got rid of them all, and then I opened the tent and said, what was that? And they, oh, it's just baboons. And I said, you know, because then everything, all the other animals start screaming and hooting and carrying
Oh,
on.
it's a
And we were
horrible
like,
noise.
"Oh, even
But
what noise?"
isn't, I mean, that's part of your
Oh,
experience,
absolutely,
isn't
it was,
great?
it was definitely part of the experience, but you wanna know what it is.
I know.
So
Yeah.
then I thought, I said, were they like hunting the other monkeys, cause there was little cute sort of squirrel monkeys around the tent, but they were just screaming, it sounded like they were being eaten. And the guy said, no, they
Alive.
were having a family argument. That was all it was about, but boy, it sounded like they were eating everything else.
Fine.
So that definitely kept us awake that night, but that was the only,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
neat.
mm,
Good
geez.
story to come home with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but yeah, you definitely hear lots of things at night.
In
And
the
the
Dwayne will
dark.
hear them all because he'll be away.
You'll be awake.
I'll be outside with the Maasai warriors.
You might as well patrol, Dwayne.
And one evening, a we were right on the edge of
Oh,
a
and they're
river.
dangerous.
No, no, he was in the river, it was, in the evening they go down and they get out and they graze and they come back, but yeah, we're in the tent, we just heard this really huge, weird noise, what is that? Could be hippopotamus. And yeah, this gigantic hippopotamus goes by in the river, and then he got out for a minute on a little island, looked around, and then jumped back in. That was really exciting, so, wow, wasn't expecting that. But you know, that's how it is, I mean, you're not gonna be not seeing animals.
It's not programmed.
Well, no, they don't say, and next on our tour.
1 o'clock, one of these will show up, yeah.
But you're still gonna see all kinds of endless stuff.
Well, Louise has decided the cheetah will be crawling
Yes.
up and on top of her.
Oh, yes,
So you want that to happen? Good.
So
On,
she'll
on
be
my
good.
Jeep.
On your Jeep.
Well, if it's not on my Jeep, that's all
Sit
right.
there
Yes.
You use Brent as bait or?
Yeah, yeah, poor Brent.
Brian, I come in one time, your hubby was out there hosting the door.
Oh, yes.
I forget what that was
Yes,
about, we
yeah.
were just discussing the Africa trip. And I said to Brent, you go in front of Louise, okay? I'll go in behind Louise and my husband's in the background. He says, the lions come up from behind, dum dum. Oh, shoot. Brent, you're at the back.
But you saw everything like that and.
We did. It
And the
was
pictures.
even
Wasn't it
more
that
than what-
cheetah was just laying in the tree?
Yes.
Oh,
The
gosh.
leopard.
Oh, those were
Oh,
the
the
leopards.
leopards,
There were
okay.
two leopards,
Yeah.
yes. It's just sprawled right out on the
We
limb.
saw numerous cheetahs, and we saw a cheetah family eating, and we saw lions eating lots of different
Yeah.
things.
Were there lots of other Jeeps around?
Sometimes lots.
Yeah, and we
But it
always
didn't
sort of
bother the
traveled in a
animals.
pack because there were, what, four of us?
Yeah. So then
Four
if
different bands, so
So
When
if you
they're
got
feasting,
stuck,
did you
there was
see
enough room
after the
to-
fact or during the fact?
during the fact.
You really?
Yeah. We saw them actually eating, yeah.
Well, once
Yeah.
it's down, I
Zebras
don't mind
and-
watching that, but I don't wanna see them.
The only thing we saw
Suffocating,
was there
poor
were
thing.
lions surrounded a couple of giraffes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to see that, but in the end, it.
The giraffe did get away because
Oh.
we saw it the
But
next
you're like,
day.
oh,
but-
no.
Yeah, but they were just, I don't know, at sort of a standstill and they were just, had the giraffe completely surrounded.
But it was interesting that it was just dead silent, but suddenly, you know, that giraffe supposedly does something with his ears, and the other giraffes see it from a long distance.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
There were giraffes
suddenly
in the
Other
distance.
giraffes started
Coming in.
appearing. It was
Oh,
like,
to
really,
help.
yeah, it was quite interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
All that nature stuff, huh, that you have no idea.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
So how many pictures did you end up taking? Did you need more
About
than
about
one memory
1,000.
card?
I took about 1,000.
I took
Wow.
four,
Take a big card.
which was my memory card was 460, and I took like 394. But I had brought another card just in case.
Just in
but-
case,
But, yeah, but Jean definitely.
Oh, and you took binoculars too,
Oh, that
which
was
was
my-
nice.
That was
Binoculars.
really good, important, you
Mhm.
saw lots of stuff. I just took a little pair of those binoculars from London Drugs, and that was great.
Okay.
Because
We
they don't
have a little
supply
pair
those
and
on
we
the
have a big pair.
No,
we
they
thought.
didn't on
I thought
ours
I saw
anyways,
that
no.
somewhere. No?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Okay.
Because, you know, you can
call
just,
it.
you know, you might be seeing
Oh,
the
I know,
family
I'm
of cheetahs
thinking-
right
right.
there, but with your binoculars.
There's just that much.
Oh, yeah,
Mm.
You're part of the family.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
We should buy those silly glasses they show on TV that are binocular glasses.
You scare the animals.
Who is that human? It's a Martian.
You guys have no
I'm
questions.
trying to think of questions. Without having been there, I can't think of
Well,
questions.
it was actually way easier than we expected. You know, there was some trepidation of how, but no, everything, our tour anyways, I mean, they were so organized and they were so accommodating that.
I'm sure they are. Was the flight really long there?
Mhm.
We went to London first.
We went to London, spent the night going over, but coming back, we didn't, and it was
Very long.
very, very long.
So, but you guys are getting into Nairobi in the morning,
Mhm.
right, which will be nicer. We got in at night.
Night,
Oh.
yeah.
And then the next morning, we're up at 6 o'clock.
We were
Oh,
gone.
By 7 o'clock, we're on the road. So
Yeah.
that, if we'd had an extra day, that would've been nice.
Mhm.
Well, if we get there in the morning, are we starting right away?
No, the next
No, the
day.
next
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
So you will have time
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
Go to the museum. It's,
Okay.
yeah. It's a small museum, but it's got sort of the cradle of mankind. It shows you all the different
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a nice meeting.
humans
Okay.
as they progress.
I'll find that out and find out when the others, I think the 4 from the States are arriving probably that morning as well,
Mhm.
so.
And you're going to that carnivore restaurant? We could have gone if we spent an extra night in
We'd
Nairobi,
gone a
but
day early.